Morning, everyone. Thank you, Beatrice, for introduction. And as Beatrice mentioned, I would like to introduce the TSUN company and briefly tell about most of the products we offer and why we would like to do the strong entrance to EU market and the EMEA region in general. Okay, so I'll share my screen. So yes, TSUN is a Chinese-based company with a German background of the management. Our board members were studying in Germany and working for many years in Germany. So we have quite European approach to the market and to the cooperation with the clients. So we are not the typical Chinese company. And also my role is to create the European branch. So we just started with GmbH company. So we are now based in Frankfurt. So we have quite strong R&D team, and our presence is quite long in the history. We started in 2016 in Shanghai, and then we started to expand in Chinese market and develop the first products, first microinverters. We chose to use microinverters as our main product and then develop the whole line from very small for single panel to the now the Titan version for up to 8 modules. So as you see, during the history, we started to expand in 2018 and 19. Then, of course, was the COVID outbreak. So we a little bit was suppressed by this, but we, in the meantime, we developed new generation of the systems and rapid shutdown and expand with the micro inverters product lines. But fortunately, now the COVID is over, and we successfully started our branch in Brazil in 2021. And we started to explore the new markets like Germany and Turkey. And now last year we introduced our new series Titan microinverter, which our colleague Taro will explain later about the features and the advantages of this product. And during the last year into Solar, we presented and was very well accepted by the clients. We have very strong market for this in Brazil and also in Europe. So the Titan series is one of the most powerful, I think it's the most powerful microinverter on the market now, with 3 kilowatt DC DC input, and the output we can compete with string inverters, and you have still 6 MPPTs. So that's the new approach to the market and for the bigger projects. Also, this year we just started the GmbH company. TSUN ESS GmbH is with headquarters in Frankfurt, and that's the first step in our process of this strong entrance to European market. We want to be present in most of the European markets, and we have already have partners in Italy, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in France. So we are building the network of our partners and distributors. So that's the plan for this year, and also to help and support our clients with technical problems. Very rarely, but sometimes it happens. So we are building now the service and after sales support. and in the next few months in 2023, we are planning to launch new products and establish new cooperations. So we will want to be present on European PV market, not only as a reseller and the Chinese company, but also we would like to be present as a European manufacturer and European producer of the PV equipment. So that's our goal for this year, and that's my also job. So if you will have any ideas or would like to cooperate with us, just please let me know. Contact us, and we will gladly start talking about the cooperation. As I mentioned, we would like to enter the market with a quite big impression on the beginning. So we have the office in the city center of Frankfurt am Main in the Tower 1 on the 15th floor. So if anyone would like to visit us for coffee, welcome anytime. And we are now building the demo house also in Frankfurt. So we will be able to show you how our products works and what's the best features, what the advantages of the system. And also we would like to encourage installers and partners to use the niche of the row houses, because it's in Germany especially, it's quite problematic to build the installation on such houses. So we want to show how to use TSUN products to build efficient and good installation in this type of buildings. So soon we will present the video and webinar how we build it, and we cooperate now with German installers to make it most suitable for the market and according to all the rules in Germany, because we now are known most from the products like balcony systems and so on. So we want to show how to use Titan inverters and other micro inverters from our portfolio to secure energy for this type of buildings. Okay, so we have strong R&D team, which we are developing products with, and we have patents and the innovative technologies which we are constantly improve. And also that's our goal. We not only want to cooperate with Chinese universities. We started talks with European institutes and technical universities. So soon we will be also developing here locally. We have our own R&D lab and test facility in nearby Shanghai in China. So that's the main headquarter in the production line. So that's the goal, to expand with R&D works and also with the production. So manufacturing capabilities, we have for now 2 automatic production lines and 4,500 square meters of the production facility, and we are now reaching the new goal, because last year we have 30,000 sets per month we could produce, and now we just released the new production line. We had a ceremony on the beginning of January. So we now doubled the capacity of the production of the small microinverters. And except besides of that, we have also production line for Titan microinverters and also the storage systems. So what's the key advantages of our products? So highly automated production and very low failure rate, advanced equipment. We invest constantly in the development of our production lines. We have very professional team inside for R&D and for production, and the process management is based on the best German-based methodologies. So we try to keep up with the world trends. We, of course, do the certification for all the markets. Of course, it takes time. So we are now preparing certificates for new countries, like for Spain, for Poland, for Central European countries. So we have most of the certificates for Germany, for UK and France and Netherlands. So we are present on these markets, but we are constantly increase the number of the certificates. The last but not least, the most important thing is, of course, inside our products. So we cooperate with the best known and the most reliable components manufacturers. So we use Toshiba, Infineon, or Texas Instruments inside our product. This is view of the TSUN microinverter. It's blurred because of the patent protection, but you can see what components we are using. So we have project references in different part of the world with microinverters, is the solar kit and energy storage systems, and the rapid shutdown. So now I would like to tell a few words about the product portfolio. So as I mentioned, our main focus are microinverters. We have the TSUN microinverters, our new product from 2.5 to 3 kilowatts, and the microinverter TSUN lines from 350 to 1600, with the special German version M800 with the limitation to 600 watts to meet the German regulations. Our next product is the solar kit. This is the special mounting structure for single module. We have the version pop-up with the module already. As you see, it's with the microinverter already attached, the same as the transformer. This is plug-and-play system, which simply connect the cable to this and plug to the house socket, and it's that's it. That's very simple. You don't need any electrician to help you with that. We also have energy storage systems for now single phase, but this is designed for cooperation with our microinverters, so all-in-one AC coupled unit, and hybrid storage unit up to 6 kilowatts. And last but not least, we are also present in the market of rapid shutdowns. We have string level and also module level rapid shutdowns to protect PV installations based on string inverters, because microinverters has one of the advantages of microinverters that you don't need to use rapid shutdown, because each microinverter is rapid shutdown actually also, and it's sends only AC current, so it's more secure than standard string system. So product portfolio, the microinverters, as I mentioned, this main line of products, as you can see, we have that we were the first company which introduced the cables on MC4s. So that's why we reduced the failure rate of the units, because most of the microinverters before was built like the MC4s were connected directly to the microinverter. So if during the installation anything happened and the MC4 was broken, then you had to replace the whole microinverter. With our system, with the cable, you just change the MC4 at the end and you can use it. So we eliminated like 99% of the cases of failure. So that's one of the advantages. And we are with this series, we have the DC voltage up to 60 volts. So most of the current modules we can connect, even the bigger ones. The TSUN series is very powerful. Same methodology of building. Also with the cablings, we have version with 6 MPPTs and with 4 MPPTs. This with 4 MPPTs, the MS series is mostly for the French market because it's designed for up to 3 kilowatts for the smaller ones. And also very important thing is 20 amps input power, so you can use as big as you want module, even 600, 700 watts, of course, not on all markets. So the next products are Easy Solar kits. We have silver and black version. So you can adapt this to your needs in terms of color and solutions. With the pop-up, the top one, we provided with module. So you just get the box with everything in. So you just open it, secure the screws, and connect to your grid, and it's working. With the transformer one, you need to add the module because it's small box. So just with the system, so you just add the module and plug it into the grid. So you can also watch the product video on our YouTube channel, so you can see all the features of this. We have, of course, patents for that. We are the first one to produce the transformer one, and you can put it on the wall, on the balcony, and so on. It's very popular in many countries in Europe, and it has the adjustable angle. It's secure and very light, so you can use with most of the current modules. Also, from the very light one to the heavier ones, 82 meters and so on. The AC coupled units, we have the system with the 3 kilowatt inverter, AC coupled inverter, and 5 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is extendable to 20 kilowatt hours. So you can build the system, UPS system for your house. The same methodology is for hybrids, but this is like the products we are developing now. We're entering the market soon with this kind of products. And the last products we have in the portfolio are the rapid shutdowns. So we have string level from 4 to 10 strings. So this is for string inverters. So you can secure your system. And in many countries, it's mandatory to use. It's very reliable product, nice designed and fully automatic. So so you can use it very with confidence that it's okay. And the version with the module level, it's also for some countries is required. So you have the rapid shutdown for each module or for each 2 modules, plus the emergency switch off with this box. So we meet most of the requirements on the markets, like in US or Canada. It's a very popular system. From us, we deliver quite a lot of products like that. And we have, the last but not least, we have the cloud communication based on 2 systems. We have our own talent monitoring system, which also will be a little bit described by Taro later in the next presentation. And also you can use SolarMan PV monitoring system. So that's the 2-1. So you can manage each of your product from the mobile phone or from the website. So that's all for the briefly introduction of the products, and I hope it was interesting for you. Now we will go through the more technical things. If you have any questions, please let us know. I will gladly answer. And of course, we can discuss also later. Please contact us to have the more detailed information about each of our products. And of course, soon we will have also the warehouse in Europe, so we can provide you with test products and so on. And we are encourage you to contact our distributors in nearly every country. Now we have distributors, so you can find our products in Europe already. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, it's really great presentation. And now we will go ahead and take some time for questions now. Everyone, just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions into the chat box. Okay, Thomas, seems that we've got one question from our audience. Our audience would like to know what's the most popular products of TSUN in Europe?
For now, it's I think the most popular one in terms of market share, it's the Easy Solar Kit, along with the German version of the TSOL microinverter. So Easy Solar Kit transformer, this is very hot sale in Germany and in Italy. And along with the pop-up, but the most important, most sellable product for now is the version of the TSOL 800 for Germany, with the reduction to 600 watts. So it's we are selling this a lot. So that's the most popular one, and many clients order this together with the Easy Solar Kit for balconies, so you can connect two modules to one microinverter, TSOL 800 version DE, or normal one like in Italy, and that's the product most used in Europe for now from TSUN portfolio.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. Yeah, so seems that no more questions for now. So we are going to move to our, seems that we've got one more question. Yeah. Okay. When will HSU be on?
Okay, I see the question. So yes, we have for now HSU systems up to 6 kilowatts. That's true on the single phase. But we plan to introduce in Q2. This is something I didn't want to tell because we want to present it during the first into special webinar in the beginning of Q2. But we're planning to introduce 3-phase system IHSU with new features, and it will be in Q2 available for sale. So in 2-3 months, we will be able to provide you 8 and 10 kilowatt systems, both version standard hybrid with string connection of the modules, but most of all, we will present the AC coupled version for cooperation with microinverters. So we will be able to connect or standard smaller ones or the Titans to this energy storage system, and then you will be able to manage your energy with the battery.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. So now we are going to move to our next session. Okay, so our next speaker is our technical support supervisor, Tara, and let me give a brief introduction for him. And Tara currently works at TSUN as technical support supervisor, and he lived in Singapore about 13 years, graduated from the Singapore Republic Polytechnic, and also provided the overseas technical support for more than 5 years. And now he's responsible for customization of end users and also distributor training plans and on-site training and on-site demonstration. So Tara, session is yours now.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Let's start with the presentation. So, one moment. Let me share the screen. So basically here I need to presentation about the Titan microinverter. So here is the flow chart of the Titan. You do not need to worry about all these steps because it will be very simple from the installations all the way to the sign in for the APPs. So let's continue. So about the items, we'll be saying about the device and the tools. There will be Titan units, AC connectors, and the TSUN label installer map with the bucket, which is optional. And the tools will be one Allen keys and the user menu. So here is the device and all the things will be included in the box. And here is a layout diagrams. The Titan units is used ground-type applications comprised of two key elements. The microinverter, Titan web-based monitor and analysis systems. The microconverters, the DC electronics granted by the solar panels into AC electricity, which is ascendance with the requirements of public grant, and send the AC into the ground, reduce the late pressure of the ground. So basically here is the installations. We just need to choose the installation position, those two pair of screws and nuts to fix the microinverter on the frames. Make sure that the label microconverter should be upside. And here is the optional way, which we use with the bracket. Also, you can just fix on the wall and tighten it with the screw. So take out the AC connectors from the package and get the AC cable through the shells of the AC connectors and connect the cable to the right port. With the label, we can see that live, neutral, ground, all the way with the colors. And reassemble the AC connector as shown with the picture. And plug the AC connectors into the microconverters and connect the AC cables to the AC distribution box. Install the PV models and connect to the DC cables to the microconverter. And next, we'll simply take out the SN labels, place with the distribution sheet. We just place the label on that with the number of the PV you have. For installations, it's all finished. Turn on the main unit and the AC circuit breaker acetone will be stopped producing power after about 1 to 2 minutes waiting times. And here the status, and you can check with it. If it is solid green, it will be standby, and if flashing green, will be working normally. If flashing green, that is working abnormal, and if there is solid red, there will be a fault, and you need to check with the connections. And the LED will flash green and red at the start up. We can just need to wait a while. Next, we come to the APPs. And here is the APP overview. You can see that we have the data, the daily power generate, total active power, installed capacities, monthly power, yearly power, and energy amount. All with the data, you can check anytime with your APPs. And how to download it? You can just log into our website with the TSUN TSUN. And next, we just click to the talent monitoring systems, and will lead you to this website, this interface, and click download APP, scan with the QR code, and you can just really simply download it on your phone. And next will be just a login interface. You need to sign up for a new account. Here is the way, the basically interface, and sign up, fill in all the information you need. And next will be login. After having been logged in, next what you do is need to create your plant. Firstly, tap the plant at the bottom left corner and tap the three dots, and on the right top corner and tap create plant and fill in all the informations. Also with the stars, that is the necessary to fill in. So you must be careful with it, and all the informations must be clearly. So after that, you just click me, click the configure network, scan the QR code again, choose the Wi-Fi, and enter the Wi-Fi password of yourself at your home, and network operations will be done automatically. So after that, all the configure will be done. So we also have the web platforms. Let's see here. Here is also a dashboard overview. You can see how much plants you have, and PVS, and those power generator overview and power generator chart by daily. And here, power and power generator overview. You can check with the data, monthly, yearly, or total. And power generator chart. You can check here. You also can place your mouse on each bus, check that specific date of the power that have been generated. And device overview and the plant locations. And plant capacities and peak hours and latest update and any alert event on the right. Also have the alert event for plant. Here is all the list if they have something goes wrong. And we will have the real-time power electricity of the day, benefit, and the online plans. Here is also the collector informations. All the information will be included in this interface, and inverter informations, and even event alert, and plant and device report. So here will be the remote. We include the rooms control, point quick quarter, and the product test, logs, customer logs, and the equipment factory parameters. Here's the organization. You can just add your members and the duties into the plant that need to monitor. So for the distributor account, the distributor must contact the supervisor, distributor, or TSUN to get a distributor account. The default password will be 123456, and the distributor account is defined as manager role. Each organizations only have one manager who can add other members into the organizations. So here's the role and the jobs they can do. The person in charge has the greatest authorities of the organizations, and this is the only person that can in charge the organizations. For the administrators, is the owner of the larger authorities in the organizations, has all the management functions authorities, such as organization, plant, operations, and maintenance. For the operation manager, can add, delete, modify, and control the plants and device in organizations, and can dispatch the process ticket. And for the operations and maintenance user, and can add, delete, modify, and control the plants and device in the organizations, can process tickets, can't dispatch tickets. For the installer can add, delete, modify, and check and control the plants and device in organizations. There is no ticket functions. For the general user, can add, delete, modify, and inspect the plant and device in organizations, but cannot remote control from the device. For the market staffs, they only can view and operate the plant and device in organizations. So here's to get an account, log into the talent monitor platforms, and distributor can add a new member from here and click add members, and the default password will be 1256. And distributor can create sub-organizations account for the interval department or external organizations. So just visit the organizations and add the sub-organizations. For the installer, must contact the distributors to get an account. Each organization has the organization code. You can see here. For TSUN is 365A7F. So you need to be careful with the organization code. The organization code will be used for creating a solar plant for customer. And enter the plant list page, find the plant device, or click the ascent code to enter the character detail page to delete any microconverters to unbind. So here is the maintenance guide. Only authorities person can allow to carry out the maintenance operations and responsible for reporting any fault. If always use the personal protective equipment provided by the employer when carry out the maintenance. Doing normal operations, check the environmental and logical critics conditions and appropriate. Make sure that the conditions have no charge over times and the equipment is not exposed to advanced weather conditions, and there's not been covered with the origin bodies. Do not use equipment if any problems are found, and restore the normal conditions after the fault has been corrected. The conductors and annual inspections of virtual components and clear the equipment with the vacuum cleaner or special brush. The firmware can be checked by using the monitor systems. Always de-energize the AC branch circuit before servicing. Do not attempt to dismantle the microinverters, make any internal repairs in order to prevent the integrity of the safety and insurance. The microinverters are not designed to allow the internal repairs. Maintenance operations must be carried out with the equipment disconnected from the grid and the photovoltaics models sheet or isolate unless otherwise indicate. For cleaning, do not use the rough mate of the materials and perceive the products that may be part of the equipment or generate the electricity charged. Avoid temporary repairs or repairs be carried out by using only the spare parts. So for the storage, that if the equipment is not used immediately, you just need to store it indoor and with a clean and dry space. Take a complete inspection and restart after a long time period of stop. Please dispose the equipment properly after scrapping, and its components part is harmful to the environment. So you need to find a place to regarding in the countries of installations. For the recycle and the disposal, the device should be not disposal as the residential waste that must be find appropriate collections and recycle facilities in the area. So here's the warranty service. We can take a look. And here's the exclusions. So TSUN notes no warranties, either exposed or implied orally or writing in respect to any other warranties coverage aspect, except those especially start in the limited factory warranties. The warranty do not cover damage that occur due to the transportation damage, installations, or commission to any person who is not any organized certificate dealer. Fail to observe the user's menus and the maintenance records and the interval. So modified change or anything that is a temporary repair that is not covered, and the factory warranty does not cover the domestic defect which is not directly infused energy product or degrade from fit and functions. Claims that do not be beyond the scopes of its limited factory warranties, in particular claims of the compensations and direct of the indirect damage. So in not event with TSUN and hold responsible and liable, any person injuries result of the using of the systems or any other damage, whether directly or indirectly, in decantal or any event such as the TSUN has been advised of such a damage. So here's distributor responsibility in the event of the elemental fault. Failure or fault is the distributor responsible to work directly with the TSUN service in order to limit the returns of no fault equipment. The TSUN service centers will be work with the distributor to rectify the fault and the fault message to telephone support or with direct PC links. And note, in order to qualify or for further compensations and replacement units, the distributor must be first contact to TSUN and to responsible under instructions. And within warranty period of the microconverter, the invoice and the date purchase and required for the service besides the trademark on the product should be clear visible. Otherwise, the warranty is not available. That's all for the Titan Unix installations. And
Okay, thank you, Tara. We got one question from our audience, and they ask, if I accidentally delayed the device, then I add it back again, will there still be data for this device earlier?
no, if you accidentally delete the device from the systems and when you add back, that only can be the data in the total data that will be not in the daily data or monthly data. You only can visible in your total, but not previously.
Okay, since there are no more questions for now, so let's move to our next presentation.
Taro, we can't hear you.
In the previous of no charge and discharge, the solar power supply loads as the first priority, access energies to the branch. When branch battery is available, on charge times, branch will be charged batteries and supply power to the connected loads at the same times. On discharge times, if the load power is less than battery will be supply powers to the loads as first priority. The excess power will be fed to branch. On discharge times, if the load is more than battery powers, batteries and branch will be supplied power to the load at the same times. So here is the peak shift mode. We can set the times, starting times of the charge or discharge times, and times of charge and discharge times. So with the work modes of the battery priorities, when PV branch batteries is available, solar energy will be charged battery as first priorities. If solar energy is excess, the excess power will be supplied load. If there's such any extra energy, the excess power will be fed to the power of the branch. If the solar energy is excess, the excess power will be supply load. If the solar energy is not sufficient, charge the battery and supply loads. The branch will be supplied powers to the load. When branch battery is available, branch supply powers and loads and discharge batteries at the same times. So here is the scope of applications of batteries. First, we have one of the inverters and 25 of batteries. So we have each batteries with the 5.1 kilowatts. Here's all the units with the AC units. And here is with the hybrid storage and items. Here will be the batteries items. Here is the parameters, or the size with the inverter and battery size. So storage units is cooled by the natural winds conditions. If we recommend to install indoors or shelter areas to avoid direct sunshine, rain, or snow. And the vertical ground mounting methods is recommended and is not allowed to install by a maximum tilted 50 degrees backwards and not install horizontally reversible. I'll be skip the installation part and connection part. I'll be more focusing on to the apps and the functions. And here's the local interface introductions. You can check on the LCD screens. We have the home page, detail info page, fault page, certificates page, setting page. And this page shows the PV input powers and the AC ground powers, battery and SOC load powers. And this page will be interface shows the voltage, current, and powers of two different PVs input. This page shows the voltage, currents, and powers of the loads. And here is the voltage SOCs, temperatures, current, power, and charging discharging limit of the battery. This page is the bus voltage, internal temperature of the inverter. And here is also the real-time fault alarms and the fault histories of the storage unit. There's two pages shows the statistic info of the ground, battery, PV, and the loads. And also we have the brightness settings of the interface on the screen, LED screen. In this page needs for the inverter settings page. This page needs the power, and the default password will be 12345, and your installer can change it in the menu. For the system setting, the page shows the working mode settings, PV input, EPS enable, battery overcurrents, and zero export, and arc detections, and date settings and time settings. And also here is the volume range is shown is below. I'll pause here a while and you can take a look. For the battery settings, this page shows the battery type settings on branch DOD settings, off branch DOD settings, changed current settings, and the battery's community settings and run rating settings. And also here I have a volume range. This page shows the reacting mode settings and the ground powers, discharge powers, ground voltage, ground frequency, and ground standard. Okay, also here is the range. The ground standard is shown as below and is keep updating with the certificates testing. And this interface will be the voltage reset settings, frequencies reset, peak current, and active island, and insulate detecting. For the vision page is the serial number and the number of the store unit. And here's the clear page. You can just clear all the data, clear all the histories. Also, the password will be 1 to 5. So basically start up the systems. You just turn on the batch switch at the right side of the inverter. Press power button at the right side of the batteries and to turn on batteries. These orders should be from battery 4 all the way to the battery 1. Wait for 30 seconds. Observe the LEDs on front of the inverters to check the running state. Turn on the PV switch at the left side and turn on the external AC switch. If the system is running normally, please do configurations. If the system is not working normally, please recheck the wiring and settings units of the systems runs normally and set the details on the local screen. For shutting down the system, also we need to turn off the external ground AC switch, turn off the PV switch at the left side of the inverter, and press the power buttons on the right side of the battery. Also, the order is 4 to 1, and turn off the battery switch on the right side of the inverter. Also, we also have the monitored platform, as I mentioned in the previous PPT. Also, we have the same steps, all the monitor systems, and just for the Wi-Fi configurations, to example the connectors of the Wi-Fi port of the storage unit. And next will be the same for the from previous slide. Just enter and connect your Wi-Fi and scan the QR code, and all the operation will be done. So for the battery maintenance, and this battery is the dangerous goods. So but it passed the test, and for the transportations, it will be very safety. If that you want to return the batteries or repair, you need to keep the box and send it back to us. For the storage also, you need to store in a dry and clean environment, keep away from the heat source, and keep in the environment with the storage temperature as -20 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. And for long time duration is larger than the 3 months, you need to keep it weather for the 18 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. And the battery should be stored according to with the storage requirements mentioned above, and the batteries should not be installed within 6 months since delivered from the factory used for the components inverters. The battery can't be disposed as a household refuse when the service life is of the battery reached to the limits. It is not required to return to the dealer or TSUN. It must be recycled to the special waste and recycle stations in the area. For the cleanness, you just need to use a moist cloth to wipe with water only. And that's all for the storage.
Okay. Thanks, Daryl. We have one question from our audience. He mentioned that how many batteries can I add in one system?
For one system, for now, we only can add 4 batteries into this one systems.
Okay, thank you. So now we are going to move to our last session, and our speaker will be Daniel Fox, the Vice President at UPD Research. And Daniel is highly respected global marketing and event management leader with over 13 years experience in brand development, international marketing strategy, and public relations campaigns. The proven track record of more than 400 successful accomplished P2B marketing, communication, and event management projects across the USA, Europe, the Middle East, and Latin America reflects his strong intercultural competence and ability to translate customer demands into profit-making concepts and avant-garde solutions. Extremely well connected in the global solar and energy storage industries. Daniel has acted as facilitator for hundreds of companies across all segments that wanted to expand their business in specific regions. Daniel holds a BA in International Business Management and MBA from the University of Wales, Cardiff. So now we will turn the time over to Daniel.
Thank you very much, Beatrice, for this very kind introduction. So I don't need to tell a lot about my person. I'm Daniel Fuchs. I act here at UPD Research as Vice President and do our global business in terms of events, conferences, marketing, and business matchmaking. And today it is my pleasure to be part of the webinar. And my title for today is EU Solar PV Market Outlook. So within my presentation, now I want to show you a little bit of our UPD research findings for different country markets, as well as, of course, on a historic and an outlook level for the future. So regarding today's agenda, we see that I will start with an overall scenario of solar PV in Europe. Then it's my pleasure to move on Giving a snapshot on the German market, which is one of the pavers, of course, in Europe. Our company actually is headquartered in Bonn, Germany. So it's our home turf, so to say. Further than that, I will also dive a little bit deeper on a more qualitative level, meaning major considerations for the year running as well as the future. So what could have an impact, whether it can be positive or even more challenging on the, let's say, macro level. Okay. Let's start with the overall scenario of solar PV within Europe. Here we do have a historic view on all 27 EU markets. We see that back in the year 2018, we came from a figure of 8.4 gigawatts. And in 2022, we have achieved in whole Europe 38.2 gigawatts. This means we have a quite a stable and solid compound annual growth rate. You see it here from 2021 to 2022. The year-on-year comparison growth was 34%. So the total market size grew by more than a third. And as we can see in the notes here as well, the record number is certainly attributed to the very high energy prices in most of the European countries, as well as the current geopolitical tensions. Looking more here on this slide, on a country level, it is clear, I think this is no news to everyone in the attendance. Germany, followed by Spain, Poland, and Netherlands are the top four markets in 2022. And only these four markets installed 23 gigawatts of capacity. Putting that into comparison with the 38 gigawatt in 27 countries, that means that only these four countries attributed or contributed actually more than 60% of the market size. So just to close with the historic look on the European PV market developments, we see here a couple of facts, just in summary. So about 38 gigawatts were installed in 2022. The top 8 markets, Germany, Spain, Poland, France, Italy, Portugal, and Denmark, all gigawatt plus markets. Germany was the largest market with 7.7 gigawatt approximately of installations in 2022. Another KPI on the bottom left you see is very nice, where we are of course also calculating based on population what the installed capacity looks like. And we see that Netherlands is leading here the European table with more than 1 kilowatt installed per citizen in the country. And 205 gigawatts is the cumulated installed capacity until the end of last year. And Europe, the European Commission has set a target of 1 terawatt, which is quite good and very, let's say, enthusiastic until the year 2030. So, of course, we also, the numbers are nice, but we have also to certainly put everything in a more qualitative context. And here we see the macro effects which have been affecting the solar market developments in Europe. Those dots which are red are clearly or have a clear impact, direct impact on Europe. and the blue ones to have a global impact. And yeah, first and foremost here, we see that the Russia-Ukraine conflict has really urged European countries to foster their energy transition in order to decrease the dependency on the Russian gas. And also, we are seeing a high volatility in global equity and debt capital markets. The RE, renewable energy target revisions, Repower EU, but also country level, do give an uplift for the deployment of renewable energies in total. And this is not just solar, this is of course also related to energy storage, as well as electric vehicles. Then global level impact, of course, are supply chain issues with very high polysilicon prices, especially in the first half of 2022. Nevertheless, we expect that the prices are coming down to a more normal level again during or in the course of this year, maybe in the second or third quarter, according to our analysis at EUPD Research. Custom duties are also something we have to consider. And so really with a focus on local production, back to a EU production industry, we have to consider that this could be in the short to midterm, again, a challenge to be addressed. Also here, we have at the current level very high interest rates. They are also, I mean, of course, shrinking the investment volumes on a global level. And this paired with the inflation we are seeing in many markets, also in Europe. In Germany, for instance, we have 8+% of inflation. This can be also or needs to be considered or tracked how the developments here are going to be. And last but not least, some countries like France already have set the agenda in order to have a CO2 footprint taxation in order to make the carbon footprint visible. So these are on a European as well as global level major considerations, where we say as EUPD Research, depending on how this goes, it will, of course, affect the market developments in the short term. Coming from the historical view, we are now going to a future outlook, which is, of course, as I already introduced in the beginning, very positive. We see here that at EUPD Research, we clearly say Germany, followed by Spain, France, Poland, Netherlands, and Italy will be the top 6 markets in 2023. And both Germany and Spain will crack the 10 gigawatt mark. We are pretty sure, and in total, counting together all EU 27 markets, we are seeing installed capacity of around 50 gigawatt, which would of course mean that again a very strong growth path from 2022 to 2023 is guaranteed. So now the snapshot on the German market, the largest market within the European Union. Here we are also experiencing a boom, but when I look back, we had similar scenarios in the early 2010s. Nevertheless, these were like boom and bust based on only subsidies. Now here we can clearly say that we will have a stable and solid growth in Germany. So from 45.2 gigawatt installed in 2018, cumulatively, Germany has reached by the end of 2022 already 67 gigawatt. This is a compound annual growth rate of 10.3%. And in 2022, with 7.7 gigawatt, we have a new record and a 44% increase compared to the year before. Looking at the targets set by the German government, which are very high, to be honest. Germany is targeting an annual installation of 9 gigawatts in 2023. We will, I would say, overachieve that. We can be very confident. 13 gigawatts next year and 18 gigawatts in 2025. And then we come to a plateau on an annual basis of 22 gigawatts. This is very optimistic and progressive, but it can be achieved if we are very in a good position, of course, to consider all the developments that are positively affecting the deployment in Germany. So the target until 2030 is 250 gigawatts. And now we are coming from about 7.7 to 10. We are gradually going up. And from 2026 onwards, the German market will become a 22 gigawatt market per year. So the PV market and outlook, here on the left, we see 67 of 215 are achieved as of today. We have different mechanisms in place in Germany in order to reach these targets. One was the Easter EG package, which was launched last year. The government also clearly says that at least 80% and 100% of gross electricity consumption should be from renewable energy sources by 2030 and 35 respectively. At the moment or last year, we only were at 46%, but we want to come to 100 within the next 12 years. In order to achieve the target, so the 250 target, we can take a yearly average deployment of 17 gigawatt from today. But this is only the average. I was just showing you how this will go up gradually. And we have favorable feed-in tariff adjustments in Germany. We have tax benefits, for instance, since the 1st of January this year, on all solar PV deployments, especially in the residential segment, there won't be any value-added tax anymore. So 19% can be already deducted for the end customer, which should further, of course, stimulate the demand and finally installations within the German market. And as I said, this year, we are very likely to crack the 10 gigawatts annual installed PV capacity. So before I close here with my presentation, again, I would like to point out some considerations, not on a political level, but more on a general qualitative level. As a researcher with 23 years experience in the market, what we can say, what we need to track, and what needs to be considered. So in order to be very sustainable in all market developments, you have to track, of course, the renewable energy target revisions as part of the Repower EU, outlined or rolled out by the European Commission. We do have a growing chorus for local manufacturing, as I said. So the European Union wants to take some of the value creation back on local level. We have to see permitting procedures. It has to be eased. Yeah, I hear at all the conferences all over the globe I am attending that the bureaucracy needs to decrease in the markets. Yeah, in order to stimulate and speed up the deployment of renewable energies. Concerning the local manufacturing, there's a direct relation to maybe anti-dumping or other duties, which we had in the past, and which had the effect, yeah, whether positive or negative, we do not want to really evaluate on that. We have grid congestions, yeah, in whole Europe. So it is very difficult for the grid operators at peak times, at high penetration PV, we call it, to balance the grid. Yeah. So what is a solution here, or what needs to be considered? Of course, large-scale energy storage will be able to do peak shaving, will be able to balance the grid and get these congestions better under control. Now, the next two points here, I haven't touched base on beforehand, but for us, this is, yeah, at EUPD Research, we are very concerned and we are tracking that very closely. The shortage of installers. At the end of the day, targets are always nice, yeah, and we can talk a lot and achieve a lot. Even we can give subsidies and everything like that. But we need skilled labor force or labor force in general who is capable of meeting the demand in terms of installation. So, for instance, in Germany, just to give you an example, I, as an end customer, or as an end customer in general, if you inquire a solar PV system with an installer, you have to wait on average for at least 12 months, yeah, depending on the size. Some of the installers do even not make any offers below 9 kilowatts. Yeah, for a residential system, because it's not lucrative enough for them. So this is a point where we all have to work together. We have to find people installing systems, whether residential or commercial or utility. Because, I mean, we can produce a lot, we can subsidize a lot, have favorable conditions, but somebody has to deploy it. Then, last but not least, also there's this hydrogen economy coming up, which will also have a huge impact. Certainly, we have seen also Germany as an example, the LNG terminals, the new ones in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, northern Germany. So this all plays, of course, a direct relation together with solar PV market developments. But yeah, to sum up, we see a huge growth path for Europe. We can be all confident that yeah, there won't be a lot of challenges in the short term. Nevertheless, if we really want to achieve the high targets, which are coming in the mid-2020s in all European countries, we have to be very smart. For the whole PV sector. That's from my side for now. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And yeah, so if there are any questions now, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for your great presentation. Now, we do have some questions from our audience. Okay. And the first one is, do you expect any rapid boom in any markets like Central Europe?
Yes. When we talk about Central Europe, we maybe have to specify this a little bit more on a country level. Where we personally, where we as UPD Research see a strong surge in market demand is certainly the Balkans region, yeah, with a paver of Romania. They have a population of more than 20 million people. We feel that this could be a hub for the Balkan region, but also, of course, the Eastern European parts. Before everyone, of course, Poland, yeah, which is a huge market, but also other markets like Czech Republic are seeing growth paths in our opinion. But when we talk about Central Europe, I mean, we can also talk about Austria, yeah, very underestimated country, but very stable in growth, not that big like others. But yeah, in general, every market will grow. There might be a little bit of a dip in, of course, in Hungary with the unfavorable conditions since Q4 last year. But other than that, every market is on a good growth path.
Okay, thank you. And one last question from our audience. Many Chinese enterprises mentioned that in 2023, this year, the European PV market will keep growing. And which area we could see the growth? Could you predict the growth points?
Yeah, I mean, if we are now looking on a technology level, we will see strong growth markets. I can go back to the slide, actually. I mean, this would be probably refer to that. We will see a very strong growth path in Germany and Spain for the solar segment. But also, I mean, we can also talk about energy storage. We are experts here as well. Germany will see a huge demand for energy storage applications, especially in the residential segment. I think we expect around 200,000 new systems to be deployed. And this is followed by Italy, yeah, with very favorable conditions, but also Spain is now picking up on the energy storage part. In general, I mean, was this question more related to technology or is it related also to brands? This we should clarify, because I can also maybe say a few words about brands. Within different European markets, we at UPD Research, we are surveying thousands of installers every year. So really the downstream players. And we can say, or our analysis shows what the downstream parts, meaning installers in different country markets want, favor, and need. So looking more on this local production level and Chinese enterprises and so on, there are markets in Europe where, I give you an example, price plays a very important role, yeah, of a PV system. I mean, let's say Poland, for instance, would be one country where the price is more important compared to, let's say, EU production, yeah, or packaging or after sales service. Yeah, we have different attributes. But there are also other markets in Europe, for instance, I would say Germany, but also UK, where the end customer is more, or the installer end customers are more looking on a brand level. So how well established is the brand? Do they have a local support service, technical support service? So yeah, there are differences for each market. And yeah, maybe if you want more information on that, maybe you can, I will share in the chat my email address and you can approach me in the aftermath so that I can give a more comprehensive overview to this question.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Thanks again for giving us such an excellent presentation and also the great Q&A session. Okay, so now it's the end of this webinar, and thank you everyone for joining us today. And we really appreciate you being here. And TSUN will schedule more online webinars and training courses in 2023. And we really hope to see you next time. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.